Welcome back to News 46. The Highway 160 road project to widen dangerous areas of the roadway will open in part next month in Las Vegas. The 2 lanes will open up to 4 lanes near Red Rock Canyon Road and Blue Diamond Highway in June. This is the first mile of 5 miles to be a fully widened 4-lane highway. The other 4 miles will open together when the $16.5 million project is completed in early 2017. The project begins at mile marker 10.89 and goes to mile marker 16.63. It includes shoulder improvements, drainage, tortoise fencing, barriers, guardrails, and hydro seeding. North Carolina filed a lawsuit today against the federal government in a fight for a state law that limits protections for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people. Governor Pat McCrory's administration filed the lawsuit seeking to keep in place the law that the U.S. government said last week violated the civil rights of transgender people. The Justice Department had set a deadline today for McCrory to report whether he would refuse to enforce the law that took effect in March. The U.S. Justice Department warned last week that the law passed in March, stating that transgender people have to use the bathroom, which represents the sex in which they were born, violates civil rights protections against sex discrimination on the job and in education for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people. Ryan Stoddard was named Superintendent of the Day on Friday. The Mans Elementary School student took over Superintendent Dale Norton's position, who became the assistant for the duration. The pair stopped by the KPVM studios during their busy schedule.
Today I was the assistant superintendent taking care of Ryan Stoddard as Superintendent of the Day from Mans Elementary School. Proud reader of over 4 million words this year.
And so these students kind of enter a contest. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, it's a great competition Mr. Lindbergh put together from his time as a teacher under my administration as a principal of Mans Elementary School through the Accelerated Reader Program. And they keep track of their words. At 2 million, they get to be Principal of the Day. I always know when that happens because the Principal of the Day emails me to tell me that they're the Principal of the Day. And Ryan was one of those earlier this year. There's been a few others this year. But I got information that Ryan was embarking upon the 4 million mark, which Mr. Lindbergh convinced me to have them be the Superintendent of the Day if they hit that mark, which is absolutely the best job of the day.
Ryan kind of picks out what he would like to do today, right?
Well, actually, I kind of schedule it beforehand. I kind of look for their interests and in what's going on in school and that. And Ryan talked about, when I got to know him a little better, about being a mechanic when he grows up. So we spent some time in the bus yard today that he didn't get a chance to tell you. But we spent a good half hour, 45 minutes underneath the bus in the areas of the fluids and the tire changing and the parts and all that. So he got to get a first hand of great instruction from 3 of our bus mechanics, top of the line people.
We started out at Mans, then we went to Rosemary Clark for the introduction to it, and then we went to Red Sky for dinner. Well, lunch.
For lunch. So is there any orders, executive orders that you did today?
I got the grilled pork.
How did you win Superintendent of the Day?
I got 4 million words.
Yeah? And so what was that like?
It was pretty exciting because my mom encouraged me and so did my dad.
When we return, more local news, including sports.